Hello, everyone. Nadeem here with PC.Solutions.Net. I was talking to a customer just a couple of days ago, and an interesting question came up. Um, After I asked them a few questions, and I found out that they do have cyber insurance coverage, which is great. They have it under their umbrella policy, which is not the best option. It's not really. When it comes to cyber insurance, you really want a standalone policy that's not tied to your umbrella policy. The umbrella policy is not worth the paper it's written on when it comes to cyber insurance. That's the first thing. However, the more interesting part, what I found out is that the customer has the cyber insurance through, coverage through their under their umbrella policy, and after digging a little deeper, found out that their policy requires certain things to be in place, and they did not have any of those things in place. And there are some routine things that you have to have in place for proper coverage, or your claim can and probably will get denied. So that kind of prompted me to kind of write up what few things insurance companies look for when it comes to cyber insurance. So let me share my screen right here. So this is the information that cyber insurance companies are looking for when it comes to your routine handling of your IT systems. You have to have these 32 things. Now, this is per Chubb. Chubb is one of the best cyber insurance coverage providers out there, the underwriters. If you have Chubb, you can, they're the best in the industry. And I believe Travelers is number two, and then everybody else comes after that. Some of the underwriters you want to stay away from. However, so Chubb has these 32 things that you have to have in place for them to pay out the policy. Now, the thing is, if you don't have some of these things in place, for example, let me pick something that will make sense. So right here, sorry about that. So password complexity. So let's say, so Chubb asks if you have complex password policy in place. Now, you can, in the Chubb form, that you have to fill out, you can check the box, yes, you have complex passwords in place. They're not going to check it right then and there. You're just saying, hey, yes, we will have complex passwords in place. But if you don't have them in place, when it comes time for a payout, Chubb is going to do an analysis to make sure that these 32 items that you say you have in place were actually in place at the time of the incident, whether it's a breach or whatever have you. So if some of these things you say were in place were not in place, then that will decrease the payout. And a lot of times it's a matter of they will simply deny the payout because, like simple thing as complex passwords, you say you have in place, but you don't, then it's an easy denial for them, right? Item number 32 here is pretty important. You have to have third-party security assessments or audits. You can't do these assessments or audits yourself. You have to have a third party do these assessments or audits. So these 32 items are what Chubb is looking for. Some of the other underwriters, they go, more, a few of them go less, but this is pretty much the industry standard when it comes to what things an underwriter looks for when it comes time to pay out for cyber insurance. So why is this important? Well, you want to have these 32 things in place because you're already paying for cyber insurance, right? You're already paying for that coverage. If you don't have these things in place, then that coverage is probably going to be denied or maybe not paid out to what you expect. And when an incident happens, that's the last time that you want to run into a technical issue with implementation. Like, if you don't have third-party security assessments or audits being done, and you file a claim, and now the underwriter comes back and says, well, let's take a look at some of your security assessments because we don't understand how this breach happened. So let's look at the security assessments or audits. And if you cannot produce those, that's a bad situation to be in. Now, keep in mind, you're losing money because your users can't work. You've already lost money because of the breach. And now all of a sudden you have to fight your insurance company. Bad situation to be in. So what I always recommend is to have an automated system in place where you can go through this checklist, you can do each one of these items, you can confidently check each one of them out, and go a step further. As on, if you do this on a routine basis, like let's say if you do this on a monthly basis, send that monthly report to your underwriter. Now, when there is an incident and you file a claim, they don't have to come back to you and ask you, hey, where is report so-and-so? They already got it. Makes life so much easier. And that's the way to do it. So compliance as a service is something that you want to look at, where you have something in place that can automatically do these different things that the underwriters require, create a report, send it to them, and at the end of the day, everybody's happy because the underwriters getting the information they want, the audit report, all of those things. You're happy because when you file a claim, you can be confident you're going to get paid out for it. There is really no leeway for them to deny it. This is something that you don't want to skimp on, because if you do, then you're losing what you thought you were paying for that coverage. You're really not getting that coverage because these things have to be in place for you to get covered. So that's it. Just want to keep it real short. Just want to put out there that these cyber insurance policies, whether they are riding on your umbrella policy or standalone policies, there's a lot of work that goes in those policies, and there's you have to have these reports and things in place, policies in place. Otherwise, you may get denied, and whatever you're paying for your cyber insurance is you're just flushing that money down the drain. So that's it. Thanks a lot for tuning in, and we'll talk to you later. Have a good one and be safe out there.